Okay, today I'm going to talk a little bit about the State of the Union and go through a few clips. I wished I could have gone through it all, but I can't get but like one, two, three, four, five, six tabs to work on my internet for some reason. So let's go through it and see what's going on. Stop, Moses.
Less than 5 months from now, our country will celebrate an epic milestone in American history, the 250th anniversary of our glorious
I thought
American
his speech was great.
This July 4th, we will mark 2.5 centuries of liberty and triumph, progress.
I'm not for Republicans or Democrats or liberals or anything else like that. I'm for the person that's going to do the best for the United States. So you can, put me down or whatever you want, but I'm for the person that's going to do right for the United States.
Freedom in the most incredible and exceptional nation ever to exist on the face of the earth. And you've seen nothing yet. We're going to do better and better and better. This is the golden age of America.
And I do think that this is the golden age of America. And here's a clip right here of this nut job that I don't know why you just can't sit there. If you don't want to stand, you're showing the difference.
Back. Today our border is secure.
Look at this. That shouldn't be allowed. Here's another one I picked out.
But we will always allow people to come in legally, people that will love our country and will work hard to maintain our country.
That's what we need. We need people that have the same morals and values that we have come into our country and want to boost America, not tear it down or anything else, or try to drag what they had from another country into our country. We're not another country. We're the United States of America. So if you want to come here, learn to assimilate with America. If you can't do that, then go back.
The flow of deadly fentanyl across our...
Here's another one I've got to come up.
The Biden administration and its allies in Congress gave us the worst inflation in the history of our country. But in 12 months, my administration has driven core inflation down to the lowest level.
Now, if you don't believe that, look at where we're at now. The Biden administration did drive inflation way up, and that's just a fact. If you can't understand that, just look at where we're at now compared to 4 years ago.
More than 5 years, and in the last 3 months of 2025, it was down to 1.7%.
1.7% compared to 9 point something I think it was under Biden.
One of the great things about the State of the Union is how it gives Americans the chance to see clearly what their representatives really believe.
And this is true. The State of the Union is all about the United States and getting people together. Now watch this.
So tonight I'm inviting every legislator to join with my administration in reaffirming a fundamental principle. If you agree with this statement, then stand up and show your support. The first duty of the American government is to protect American citizens, not illegal aliens.
There you have it. He just asked everybody that believes in the American government taking care of taking care of the taking care of the citizens, to stand up. And I can't believe that the Democrats wouldn't even stand up for that. Their main job, the government's main job, is to take care of the citizens, not illegals or not another country or anything. It's the first thing that we're supposed to do, or the government's supposed to do, is take care of the citizens. Now look, he even gives them time to stand up, and they won't do it. They just won't do it. Trump derangement syndrome. They've got that so much on their mind right now. It's Trump derangement syndrome. Anything that he does that's good, they're not going to acknowledge it. It's sad. This tells you what the Democrat Party is all about. They're not for the American people. They're for themselves. They want to get as many illegals in here as they can so they've got their voter base. They don't want the SAVE Act. They want to get all them in here and then allow them to vote in our country, which is wrong. They shouldn't be able to vote in our elections. And still, he's still giving them time to stand up. I think this goes on for like 5 minutes, but he waits for him to stand up.
Isn't that a shame? You should be ashamed of yourself not standing up. You should be ashamed of yourself. That is why I'm also asking you to end deadly sanctuary cities that protect the criminals and enact serious penalties for public officials who block the removal.
And that's something else I don't get. These sanctuary cities that block federal agents from going in and getting them out of the jails, or working with the federal agents to find out where they're at, to pick these illegals up and deport them. Why won't they do that?
Criminal aliens, in many cases, drug lords, murderers all over our country, they're blocking the removal of these people out of our country, and you should be ashamed of yourself.
They should be ashamed of themselves.
And perhaps most importantly, I'm asking you to approve the Save America Act. To stop illegal aliens and others who are unpermitted persons from voting in our sacred America.
They shouldn't be voting in any election in the United States. I mean, I just can't believe anybody would say, yeah, they're allowed to vote. How in the world? I can't believe it. I never thought the day that would come up where people would think that illegals could vote in our election. It just doesn't make sense to me.
Elections, that cheating is rampant in our elections. It's rampant. It's very simple. All voters must show voter ID.
Yep. Voter ID and citizenship. To get a voter ID, you have to prove you're a citizen. And I've seen where people have said this is going to make it hard for people to vote. They're not going to be able to get their birth certificate or whatever they need to register to vote. The married people, when they get married, they're it's going to be because of the name change and everything else. Well, my wife, as soon as we got married, she went down to the Social Security office, to DMV, and we switched all that stuff up. And we got a voter ID. So what's so hard about it? You're trying to tell me that the Democrats think that citizens of the United States are that stupid that they can't go down and get a voter ID. As long as you're legal to be here, then you should have no problem. And if you can't go down and do that, if you can't figure it out, you don't deserve to vote anyway. Really, think about it. If you're so stupid that you don't know how to go down and get the paperwork that you need, take it down there to Social Security, DMV, or wherever else you've got to go to register to vote, you don't need to be voting. You need to just sit it out because you're too stupid to vote. I don't want you voting if you're that stupid.
All voters must show proof of citizenship in order to vote.
Smart. There's no questions. I mean, it's just smart. Here's another one that I come across while I was going back through all this.
Is the kind of corruption that shreds the fabric of a nation, and we are working on it like you wouldn't believe. So tonight, although started 4 months ago, I am officially announcing the war on fraud to be led by our great Vice President J.D. Vance.
This stupid woman right here, Omar, she needs to go back where she came from. She does not represent the United States of America. She represents Somalia.
We'll get it done. And if we're able to find enough of that fraud, we will actually have a balanced budget overnight. It'll go very quickly.
And I believe we will.
That's the kind of money you're talking about. We'll balance our budget. The Somali pirates who ransacked Minnesota remind us that there are large parts of the world.
That's another thing. Minnesota and these Somalis up there that's frauding the U.S. government out of Medicaid, Medicare, what else? Housing, all this stuff. If they could get rid of all that throughout the whole United States, just imagine how much money we could be saving. And we probably wouldn't even have to pay income tax with the tariffs that he's planning on doing. Just imagine you not having to pay income tax, federal income tax. That's what they're working on trying to do. And you people can't see it.
Bribery, corruption, and lawlessness are the norm, not the exception. Importing these cultures through unrestricted immigration and open borders brings us problems right here to the USA. And it is the American people who pay the price in higher medical bills, car insurance,
we do,
rent,
because of that.
Taxes, and perhaps most importantly, crime.
And that's another reason why they keep dipping into the damn Social Security and taking the money out of it and putting it into other programs and everything else. It's because all this fraud. If we didn't have all this fraud, they wouldn't have to do that shit. The past administrations wouldn't have to do it. Trump's not going to do it, but these past administrations have always gone into Social Security that we've paid into for years. And then when it comes our turn to draw the money out, there's nothing in there because they had to fund all this crap that's going on.
Care of this problem. We're going to take care of this problem. We are not playing games. Delilah. Delilah Colvin was only 5 years old in June.
That's about all I'm going to go through on it. But he also gives out a bunch of decorations and everything, and I've heard it on TV where they've said that this was more like a trophy giving thing or an Oscar winning thing or something like that. No, he's giving out the Medal of Honor to people that's earned it. He's giving out the, what was the other one he gave out? The Legion of Merit for the Coast Guard guy that saved that girl's lives and went on to save a bunch of other lives in that flood down in Texas. He gave out a Purple Heart, and then also he gave out another Medal of Honor to the helicopter pilot that got shot all up and everything, was able to land that helicopter. We need to bring patriotism back into the United States. We've gone way too far. We've got to bring this stuff back. We've got to have people in the United States that believe in the United States. We've got to have people that's got patriotism for the United States of America. 250 years. That's what we're on right now. 250 years of America. You ought to be proud and stop going out here and demonstrating and everything else over all this crap. It's nothing. A lot of these Democrats throw this stuff on TV because they want to push this stuff aside to where you don't see what's going on. Open your eyes up and see what the hell is going on here in the United States. You've got to start thinking about this stuff. The election's coming up here, the midterm elections. You better get out there and vote, or they're going to take the United States and shit all over it. Wake up, people. We need to do something about these Democrats and these left-leaning people trying to take over the United States. They're trying to get illegals in here so they can bring their culture in here. We don't want their culture. And if you do, then go live somewhere else. I'm sorry, I got all worked up. But I think this is one of the best State of the Union addresses that's happened. They're trying to fix America. Give them time. The taxes will start coming in where you're lowering taxes. You're going to see more on your income tax check, and hopefully eventually we'll get rid of the federal income tax altogether. But just give them time. Vote for Republicans that's coming up midterm and give them time and see what they can do. I told my wife I'm going to give him a year and a half to see how he does. I don't agree with everything he does. I don't agree that a lot of his, when he talks and everything, yeah, it's not presidential, but he is who he is. And he's doing the right thing for the United States. Like I said, there's things I don't agree with. Like he was talking about the woman that come from, that was on the train down in North Carolina. He said the person that killed her was an illegal. No, that guy was a citizen, what I found out. So he does make mistakes. Everybody makes mistakes. We're all human. But give the man a chance and give the Republicans a chance to try to fix some of this stuff. Leave your comments down below. And if you would, subscribe, because I'm going to try to make more videos and everything and express this rusty old man's thoughts on what's going on. So thanks for watching. Appreciate it. Like I said, give it a thumbs up. It helps me out. Subscribe, and I'll see you later.